Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live. And a very good afternoon to all of you, and all of you a very happy Tuesday. In today's program, I want to talk about more warnings or more scary foreshadowing of the future of the global economy, plus a build up to what potentially could be a very bad day for the market on the 13th of October. But before we get into all of that, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out of the way, let's get started. So, another day, another warning from another organization about how bad it's potentially going to get next year. And that is the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. They had basically said the worst is yet to come. Okay, worst is yet to come. In their latest assessment, they said it's going to get a lot worse for the global economy. And in their own words, they've said for many people, 2023 will feel like a recession. Not just that. They've also downgraded their global forecast for a number of countries in the world, obviously. So we'll just quickly go through some of them now. Okay, the UK, for example, 2022, 33.6, they've downgraded 23 to 0.3%. France for next year, downgraded to 0.7% growth. Germany next year, negative 0.3%. China, slightly better, 4.4%. EU, 0.5%. United States for 2023, their forecast is to grow, their economy to grow by 2.7%. So really, it's very scary downgrades in particular. But again, like I said, it's a number of people. I mean, this morning I was talking about our comments made by the JP Morgan CEO, Jamie Dimon. He was saying, how bad the situation could get for the stock market. And he had said in the past that the global economy needs to prepare itself for a hurricane. So it seems to be more and more organizations are jumping, not necessarily on the bandwagon, so to speak, but seem to be putting more warnings out there. I think a general consensus is, for the majority part of 2023, the global economies will fall into recession. We know this already, or we're pretty much assuming this is going to happen already. So anyway, moving on to a different story. We're going to build up to what potentially could be, for one, I'm very excited about this particular day because I think this day is going to be a really big day for the market. I really do. It's going to be the big event for this week. Okay, it's going to be a big event. It's going to be the big event for this week. But JP Morgan has come out on one side of it about this day, and they've said basically they've warned the market to prepare for another bad day. This is the 13th of October I'm talking about. And that day, of course, is, I've spoken about it already, is when the US CPI is due. Okay, US CPI is due. Now anything above prior reading between 8.3%, the market could possibly be in trouble. The reason why I say that, actually, I think it's anything prior to 8.3. I think it's anything above 8.1, which is the prediction, and 8.3, and around that region, potentially could be a very bad day for the market. In fact, keeping to JP Morgan, they seem to be talking a lot at the moment. Keeping to JP Morgan, JP Morgan's Andrew Taylor, he says if they do get a hotter, in his opinion, this is, if they do get a hotter than anticipated CPI reading, so anything in the region between above 8.1 to 8.3 region, okay, then the market could fall another 5% on that day alone. Because don't forget, the last US CPI reading, which we had on, again, also on the 13th, but this was back in September, the S&P 500, okay, fell on that day because it came in better, higher than anticipated. Don't forget, back in September the 13th, the CPI expectation year on year was for it to come in at 8.1. It didn't. It came in at 8.3, and the market crashed. So don't forget, the S&P 500 fell by 4.3% that day on the back of that reading. So if we get a hotter than anticipated reading this time, then like say JP Morgan says, we could have another 5% day. As it stands at the moment, the S&P is in fact nearing a new yearly low as we speak at the moment. It's trading just above a new yearly low. But let's have a quick look at it. Let's pull it up. So this is the S&P 500 on a daily. As you can see, we're currently trading now at 3,576 points. Very close to a new yearly low. Okay. And don't forget, we've had a look at this. If we have a look at the performance of the S&P this year so far, and we're 10 months in, obviously, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 months out of the 10 have all been losing months. It's all had losses. So, it's all had a lot of losses. A key area I'll be watching, if we can dip past the new yearly low, which is trying to do at the moment, I would be keeping my eye just above 3,434 points. But again, like I say, this one, I think, the S&P 500, I'm going to be watching like a hawk on the 13th, because obviously if we do get a hotter reading, then the S&P 500 could really suffer. If we get a better or lower reading, so a better reading, so lower inflation, then of course we could see a different change in course of direction. We can actually see it have a good day. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, we could see actually have a good day. So there we go. That's been quite interesting. Before we have a look at other things, I want to talk about another story quickly again, because I think this is something we're beginning to see develop. We're going to beginning to see more and more on this as well, and that is that mortgage rates in the UK keep on rising. And we know this because obviously the central banks are raising interest rates. So, of course, mortgage rates are going to be going up. But here's the thing. The average 2-year fixed rate now in the UK is 6.43%. And that's the highest level since 2008, before the Lehman Brothers collapsed. Before the Labour Brothers collapsed and the financial crisis kicked in. So it's now trading at the highest level since 2008. Now, here's the thing which I want to make a point. Okay, we know mortgage rates are going to go up because they're raising interest rates. But it's to be fair, it's the pace is going up. At the beginning of October, the average interest rate was fixed average interest rate was 4.2. We're now gone up to 6.43, and we're only 11 days in to the month. And that's quite a scary increase, pretty big increase in a very short space of time. So like I said, this is going to get more and more of the spotlight, same as the US housing market. That's going to get more of a spotlight because I think this is going to be another potential crisis waiting to happen. So we need to keep a close eye on it. But let's have a quick look at the sterling now. See where we are with it. Okay, let's go back on to, say, the 30 minutes. Again, like I say, it's more of a sideways day today, which is fair enough because I think the market, to be honest, is really sort of building up and anticipating the big event on the 13th. Currently trading at 1.1070. On the day, though, like I say, we have a look on the day. Again, this might be, maybe, depending how the US session performs today, it might have a day of gains. But we've had 4 days of losses for the sterling against the greenback. The euro as well. Again, don't forget the sterling. I'm keeping a close eye on the potential handle 1.08 on the sterling. The euro dollar. Okay, again, pretty more of a quieter day today. Currently trading 0.9742. Again, waiting for the big event on the 13th. But like I said, we've had 4 days of losses on that. Gold. Again, this has been range bound pretty much today as well. We have a look at it here. Okay, really trying to tease that level of $1,667.86, trading just below it, currently trading around that level now, but can't seem to break above it and remain above that for now. So again, pretty sideways indeed. So yeah, so a pretty sideways day, but like I say, this can usually be anticipated because obviously we've got a big event happening on the 13th. So that's the big one. Oh, one more thing to look at, actually, where I remembered. I want a quick look at the dollar yen because that is teasing. You know, the dollar bulls on this pair are teasing the BOJ to intervene. Okay, we're currently trading on 145.74. We're getting close to the area, close to the region where the BOJ intervened in the FX market to give the yang strength. So they seem to be trying to push the BOJ, see who blinks first. So this is going to be an interesting pair to watch over the next couple of sessions to see if indeed, and I would be prepared just in case they do, just in case the BOJ does indeed jump in again. What else is happening this week? Obviously, we've got the big event, the 13th, but we've got a couple of other things certainly happening tomorrow as well, would be worth noting. UK GDP, be interesting. Last night it came surprisingly strong number, not massively strong, 0.2. FOMC minutes. That's going to be an interesting one to watch because that's how we're going to have to engage what the FOMC might do next. So that's going to be interesting. German CPI would be interesting, but the big one is all about the US CPI this week. It's all about that. And because of that, I will, of course, be doing a watch along for that event on Thursday, the 13th, 12:20 p.m. I'll be starting. Don't forget the event starts at 12:30. So please come and join me for that because potentially that has the potential to be potentially be a massive event for the market. So please come and join for me that. As well as that, don't forget on the 14th, earnings season kicks off. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, and Citigroup all released their earnings on that day, on the 14th, on the Friday. FTSE currently in the red, negative 1.45%. DAX currently trading in the red, negative 1.43%. And Euro Stock 50 currently trading negative 1.31%. Don't forget, you can speak to me anytime you wish, or ask me any questions whenever you wish. Or simply say hello if you like, or share with me your opinions, what you think about the market. I mean, are you excited as I am for the 13th, for October the 13th? I mean, I'm very excited for that. I'm really excited. I mean, I think, unfortunately, the September the 13th, I missed that one because I wasn't very well. So I missed that one live. But I still did a video in the afternoon to review it. So I still reviewed it, but I actually missed that. I would have loved to have done a watch along for that, but unfortunately I wasn't very well. So I missed that particular day. But this one I'm not missing for love or money. This one's key. This one's going to be really something big. And let me know what you think about my obsession with the UK and the US mortgage housing market. Do you think that's going to be a story to tell in the future? So bear that in mind. Not a problem. Don't forget, if you think of a question later, you can put it in the comment section, either on Facebook and YouTube. I will see them, and I will reply to them next time I go live on air, which, of course, will be tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. UTC, and again tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC to discuss the US session. So please come and join me for that. And like I say, we'll have a look at the UK GDP, and we'll have a good talk about the FOMC minutes. Because I did a late with that once a couple of weeks ago. I did sort of like a semi watch along on the FOMC minutes. I called it Tixie Live from home because I was from home. It was too late to do it from my studio then, so I did it from my house. But we maybe do a bit of a review on that, maybe to discuss what to look out for as well with that. So don't forget you've got that. So please come and join me with that if you can. Anywho, if there is no questions, if you're watching me on Facebook and you've enjoyed this little video, by all means, give us a follow. If you're watching me on YouTube and you enjoyed this little video, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time I'm going live. If you enjoyed this little video and you've put up with me, my over-the-top enthusiasm for the markets, which I simply cannot help, then simply give me one of these. It's nice to know that you like what I do. Anyway, till next time, don't forget these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should be taken as financial advice. So I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.